Members of the National Guard, the army and the police deployed on the streets. Choppers patrolling the city. The visuals you see are from Mexico's northwestern state of Sinaloa, where armed men are taking law into their hands. More than 100 people have been killed or missing. The Mexican military struggles to contain the violence. Daily life in Culiacan, the capital, has come to a standstill. Schools are shut, shops and businesses are impacted too. But what sparked this violence? It began with the arrest of 76-year-old Ismael El Mayo Zambada, co-founder of the notorious Sinaloa Cartel. A godfather figure in the underworld, El Mayo evaded capture for 35 years with a $15 million bounty on his head. El Mayo built the Sinaloa Cartel alongside Culiacan El Chapo Guzman from the remnants of the Guadalajara Cartel, which collapsed in 1989. But unlike El Chapo, who was twice jailed and escaped, Mayo remained elusive. But on 25th July, US authorities arrested him in El Paso, Texas. So how was he arrested? Ismael El Mayo Zambada's arrest was a masterful move orchestrated by none other than Culiacan Guzman Lopez, the son of his former partner El Chapo. In a clever sting operation, Guzman Lopez convinced Zambada he was heading to northern Mexico to scout out properties for clandestine airstrips. Little did Zambada know he was walking into a trap. Both Zambada and Guzman Lopez were taken into custody, leaving many wondering if a plea deal between Los Chapitos, the sons of El Chapo, and the US government is in the works. This arrest raises questions about Sinaloa Cartel's future. Who will seize control? History repeats itself as rival factions clash, fighting for territory and dominance. But why is the US after these cartels? The reason is fentanyl, a highly potent synthetic opioid drug. Fentanyl overdoses are now the leading cause of death for Americans between the ages of 18 and 45. The Sinaloa Cartel, led by notorious figures like Los Chapitos and El Mayo, has become the primary supplier of fentanyl to the US. Their vast network traffics drugs to over 50 countries worldwide, with fentanyl being a lucrative commodity due to its ease of production and transportation. Unlike cocaine, which requires large coca plantations in the Andes, fentanyl can be manufactured and distributed with relative ease. Now let's go back to the arrest. Zambada alleges that Culiacan Guzman Lopez kidnapped him and then flew him to the United States against his will. Mexico's President Manuel Lopez Obrador, who leaves office this September, has blamed the US for the violence in Sinaloa. Listen to what Obrador had to say.
And this demands an explanation, because if we are now confronting a situation of instability and confrontation in Sinaloa, it must be because they made that decision.
Meanwhile, the US has rejected the claim. This critical moment raises questions about the future of the US-Mexico relations and the ongoing battle against narcotics smuggling. The reality is, fentanyl smuggling is a lucrative business, and shutting it down entirely may be impossible. The cartels have ingrained themselves in Mexico's drug war landscape, making it a daunting task to eradicate them. While taking down key figures like El Mayo may not immediately halt drug trafficking, it's a substantial win for US law enforcement. Now the burning question is, will cooperation between the United States and Mexico lead to meaningful change, or will cartels continue to thrive? One thing is for certain, El Mayo's arrest marks a crucial step towards dismantling organized crime. That's all in this edition of Connecting the Dots. We'll see you next week with more raging issues. Until then, it's a goodbye from all of us in the Delhi newsroom. This is Munmun Bhattacharya signing off. Take care and stay safe.